Trump is going to, expected to, sign an executive order today. So this should be, later in the evening for us. The title, or the order itself is called Hire American, Buy American. I mean, you can actually go to the White House website and find the briefing on this there. I mean, the reporters have asked questions, there are detailed answers. And the answers make it clear that the order, Hire American, Buy American, Hire American, I mean, it's expected to include provisions with respect to H1-B visas as well, which is important for IT companies. So, I mean, what can happen? Two things mainly. One, of course, is how are visas allocated, H1B visas allocated. Right now, it's a lottery system. They may change that. I mean, there's enough speculation about it in the past. But if that actually happens, it's only likely to sort of impact companies financially 19 onwards. For allocations for FY19, I mean, that entire process is already complete. Right? That is one. The second is wages. I mean, we've again sort of discussed this quite a bit. Will the minimum wage be lifted up to $75,000, $100,000, etc., etc.? So we don't know that. But again, that is something which will be on the radar. So I think will be very keenly watched. Stocks have already, I mean, for example, today we get TCS numbers. Yeah. So I'm sure, I mean, we'll get the TCS management also get asked this question, although I think the order itself will come after the TCS, I mean, press conference is kind of over. Should be a little later in the evening. But I think tomorrow morning we'll have stocks to sort of contend with in terms of the impact. Stocks have been weak, right? I mean, Infosys, for example.
That it's already factored in because it's already widely known he's going to do this.
Yeah, I mean, but the point, Ekta, is, we heard many saying that everything seems to be priced in for Infosys, right? But look what happened, right? So as they say, I mean, it's not priced in till it's actually priced in. So we don't know. Infi in particular, I mean, if you look at the last 2.5, 3 years or so, it's kind of tested that 900 rupee mark for the last 5 or 6 times, right? At least 5, 6 times. So, it's at a critical, it seems like it's at a critical point. I mean, it could break down because, I mean, all growth bets are off. Now it's about how to induce investors to kind of buy the stock, a better capital allocation policy. Will that work? Won't it? So far, it hasn't since it's been announced. And then you kind of sort of throw in this H1B visas issue as well. I think it gets tricky. It's also possible that now that this is announced, right, and nothing very harsh comes, people may read it to say that, well, that overhang is now behind. It's not as harsh. Companies can deal with it, right, and move on.